Welcome back to the Twang Table. Today we're here in Western Massachusetts in the great town or small city of Northampton, Massachusetts at the wonderful Mill River Music Store. Come on in, folks. So welcome to Mill River Music. We are in the beginning portion of the building, and as we enter the big room here, we are greeted by many different brands of electric and acoustic guitar strings. There's a big wall of them right there, as you can see. Down one side of the beginning of the entrance of the building is a lovely assortment of keyboards. There's assorted drums, series of electronic recording accessories, mixers, near-field monitors, live mixers and recording mixing boards and consoles, all kinds of accessories and cables. Then we move into the next section, which is kind of more accessories, microphones, lots of assorted live sound reinforcement microphones, as well as high quality recording microphones. A lot of the usual suspects: Shure microphones, Sennheiser, AKG. There's some video microphones as well, and some specialty mics. So anyhow, quite an assortment and array of recording gear here for a recording enthusiast. We're kind of in a drum section now, so we have an assortment of cymbals, drum heads, drumsticks, snare drums. Couple of different kits of used drums here for sale. And we're now heading into yet another portion. Here at Mill River Music, there is a fantastic selection of electric and acoustic instruments. We are going to proceed first by showing you the display of bass guitars. And along this wall are many choices of the classic Fender basses. And up above, we yet have some more Fender basses. There also is a number of higher end electric basses, 4 strings, 5 strings, 6 strings. So there's a lot of variety and selection for the player to choose from. We're going to move down next here to, we'll call it the Fender wall. And here on the bottom, you can see a great selection of the Fender guitars, from assorted Stratocasters to Telecasters, Jaguars, Jazzmasters, all of the usual suspects, and a great variety of them, from the Squire line to the more Ventura 2s series and the Player 2 series. So there's quite a selection to choose from in the range of Fender products. Quite a large selection. And as we move on down the line, we are greeted by more Fender products. A lot of different color selections and options. And also quite a large selection of Paul Reed Smith possibilities. And Paul Reed Smith also has their kind of take on a T-style guitar. So for all you people out there who are interested in Paul Reed Smith products, and especially if you're looking for something that is heading in the orientation of the T-style guitar or the Telecaster, this is Paul's company's version of it, and this is the signature Miles Kennedy version of it, and it's got a maple neck and pickups. So anyhow, very light, very lightweight guitar, and resonant. So you can come in here and check one of these out. Beautifully made. So as we continue down the line here, we are greeted with more possibilities. So really the store is handling for the electric player everything from high octane Ibanez guitars, rock and roll stuff, whammy bars. For your jazz enthusiasts, there's arch tops here. There's a nice selection of Gibsons, and quite an assortment of used instruments. One of the other great features of the store is there's a wonderful staff of people here that can come in, and if you need work done on your instruments or amplifiers, it can all be done right here in-house. And so that's another great feature of the store. They do all setting up, and if you need some kind of pickups changing out or whatever the case may be, intonation done, it can all happen here. Let's go down here. Once again, you can find very great assortments of different brands of instruments here, both new and used. So there's an emphasized option of selection. Great amount of variety here. Same with the amplification. A lot of Fender amps, a lot of boutique amps. So you can find a lot of vintage amps here too. And we'll go down through here. There's a beautiful Eastman archtop and an Eastman 335. Some Gretches. And then we'll go down along this line here. There's a beautiful looking D'Angelico. Love that color. Gorgeous guitar. And then along this wall, yet more options. Some more Paul Reed Smith, some more Fender choices. Down here we have a selection of Gibson Les Pauls. And some Schecters and Eastwoods. Quite a large selection of electric instruments. You will not be disappointed. And along this wall over here with the amplification again, we're taking a look at a nice mixture of some boutique amps, some Fender classics, some of the vintage stuff, an old black panel basement amp. Pro reverb. You don't see a whole lot of pro reverbs anymore. It's a wonderful, wonderful sounding amp. He has some Supros in here, some Melkman, Goodsill. These are more boutique-y, Clark. And then down along this line, a black panel Fender Tremolux amp. That's a fantastic amp. And then down through here, car amps. Tone King. The Tone King Continental is a great, great, fantastic amp. So it's a delightful, delightful environment to be in. And you know, I have to say this from being decades involved in music, you know, the brick and mortar store is there's not too many of them around, and this is a very special one. And there's just such a fantastic, fantastic display of instruments, guitar, effects processing. I'm here with Sam, and he's going to answer a few questions.
Sure.
This is their lovely pedal heaven, and I'm telling you, I think you're gonna find whatever you're looking for here in droves. So why don't you scan the walls there and just give people a glance at what they can expect when they walk into Mill River Music, into the pedal department.
Yes, sir.
There's another wall over there. Okay, for all you pedal lovers, this is definitely the place that you will definitely want to come to and feast your eyes on a smorgasbord of all of the latest and vintage and hard to find stuff as well. Quite the assortment here. And I'm here with Sam, and I'm going to ask him a couple of questions. And so you've been in the pedal department for a little while here.
Yeah, I basically kind of built up our inventory like over the years of great relationships with all these vendors, and I try to. I'm a big nerd about the pedal world, so I try to keep abreast of all the trends and try to get all the coolest stuff as much as I can.
Very, very good to hear. Now, from your perspective, your personal perspective, all these delightful tone generators that you have, your personal favorite in terms of all the stuff that you get to play through and try out. Let's start with overdrives and distortion.
Sure.
What are one or two or three favorite distortions, overdrives?
Well, a lot of people talk about transparent overdrives, and the truth is that there's every overdrive has some tonal characteristics. People talk about a clon being transparent. A clon is not transparent at all. It has very specific mid-frequency bumps. But the closest that I've ever played to a true transparent overdrive is the Greer Lightspeed. really, really wonderful pedal and one of our best-selling overdrives.
And I've seen that on many, many guitar players' pedal boards, the Greer.
For good reason. And it stacks really well with other pedals.
Yeah.
Great.
Would you describe that as a low, medium, or higher gain?
Low to
stage?
low to medium.
Low to medium, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't really, you're not going to get, a JCM 800 sound out of it. But,
yeah. How would you describe that compared to a JHS Morning Glory?
So the Morning Glory, I'll grab one of those. They're both in that camp of the low to medium gain kind of overdrive thing. The Morning Glory is loosely based on a blues breaker circuit, so it kind of has a little bit of its. I feel like I could consider this like a tone sweetener.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of its own characteristic, whereas the Greer, and it's more, and again, it's more transparent than other things, but not 100% transparent. Whereas the Lightspeed to me, for whatever reason, just feels like it's not coloring your sound at all. It's just giving a little push, a little grit. Whereas this is going to compress a little more, shape a little more, tighten up things in a different way.
Yeah.
Still a great, wonderful pedal.
Yeah. So there's two wonderful choices to contribute to your arsenal of tone.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of a boost pedal, do you have a favorite boost that you...
Yeah, we actually... we don't have the standalone unit right now. We actually have this limited edition 2-in-1. But I was going to say that the Benson Germanium boost is a really, really interesting and incredible circuit. It's just one knob, but it actually can get quite gainy and has a lot of tonal characteristics. So it's a kind of a secret sauce, kind of secret weapon sort of thing. This particular unit is a collaboration with Electronic Audio Experiments, which is a great company.
UA, sure.
No.
Oh, no?
Electronic Audio Experiments.
Oh,
not Universal Audio.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me.
Yeah, Electronic Audio Experiments is known for the Longsword, which is their overdrive. It's super, super popular. This is our other most popular overdrive. But they're out of Boston. They're a small, kind of up-and-coming company, but they make really, really creative, like really, really great-sounding pedals. So this is a special collaboration between Benson and EAE with one of their kind of pretty, like, gnarly overdrives that become sort of a fuzz. But then they put the Germanium boost in front of it, so together it's just like this really kind of, like, cool, vintage-sounding, like, fuzzy overdrive thing. It's very, very neat.
And in your opinion, from your perceptions, do you find that some of these pedals seem to marry into a single coil sound like a Strat or a Tele versus a Gibson Les Paul or 335? Do you find one kind of pedal is more favoring single coil versus humbucker?
For sure. They're all, I mean, it all depends on how you stack things too, but just the mid characteristics of certain pedals are really going to play well with with a humbucker versus a Tele or whatever. Yeah. So something that's cool like about this pedal, for example, is they have a lot of EQ controls. So this is something that plays well with everything. But I recently got into the Ibanez SD9. So not a TS9, SD9. It's a sonic distortion. I got a vintage one, which has like the same chips and circuitry as a vintage TS9, but it's a little more gain. But if you keep the gain low and the tone all the way down, it basically sounds like a really great 808. Okay. So I usually play a Jaguar, and so that's been like the sauce for me for just like a little boost, a little overdrive compression. And I love that thing. And recently I got a Les Paul, and it sounds incredible. It doesn't play well with that pedal at all. So it's just funny how like certain things you just never know.
And what about, you said a little magical word in part of your statement a short while ago. What about an EQ pedal, a 7-band or a 10-band EQ, mirroring that up with your pedals? That can certainly change the spectrum of tone.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the coolest EQ pedals we have is the Para EQ from Empress, which is parametric EQ, so very, very powerful tone shaping abilities, and you can really like carefully tune and dial in your mids there. So that's a really cool
that
option. That's serious.
Really great work tool right there, like almost a must.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, one of my favorite subjects, of course, I really like the 50s slapback, the rockabilly period, and you know some of the early and late 60s stuff where the Benson Echo Rec was used, and of course Jimmy Page and David Gilmour used the Benson Echo Rec, and of course the Maestro Echo Plexes were popular with Joe Walsh and Tommy Bolin and a few other great guitar players that certainly use those. And now you've got these pedals, both analog and digital, that are mimicking some of those great classic vintage pedals, but without the problems of tape and noise and breakdown. So what do you have in terms of delays that you really enjoy here?
Yeah, so Catlin Bread actually makes a really cool Echo Plex and an Echo Rec style pedals.
Yeah, and this is the guy that I was talking about, and that ran on a oiled drum principle. Yeah, and I have not played one of these, but I'm told that next to a vintage one, it sounds
pretty great,
unbelievably cool. Yeah, so the Catlin Bread Echo Rec is something that you might want to investigate when you are trying out echo or delay. And their other pedal there that does tape echo, replicating the Maestro Echo Plex. Two great pedals. Thank you.
Great. Well, thanks so much.
Yeah, and in terms of going with some other pedals, what are some of your current best sellers? I know you mentioned the Lightspeed, the Greer Lightspeed.
Come over here. Jam is a super popular brand with us. All their pedals are fantastic. We sell a ton of them. And Strymon as well for digital stuff. They bring incredible reverbs and delays.
Yeah, I've played through this guy here, and that's fabulously great. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Is this this isn't the Greg Koch?
It's called the Pink Flow. So it's supposed to be like a Pink Floyd in a box kind of sound. So
okay, yep.
Like a cocked wah, an overdrive, a fuzz, a delay, chorus. Very cool.
Nice. And also here, we don't want to forget the classic wah-wah pedals. You have such a fantastic array of volume pedals and wah-wahs here as well in the shop. So that's fantastic.
Well, thanks, guys.
Yes.
Get back
Thank you,
it.
Sam.
Yeah,
appreciate that so much. Okay. So,
cut.
We are now in a very, very nicely done large, I call it the acoustic chamber. And in here you'll have everything from mandolins to ukuleles to banjos to some of the dobros and resonation instruments and several top acoustic guitars. So as we take a walk down the line here, you'll see an assortment of the banjos, various acoustic basses, acoustic guitars, and of course, they do carry both Alvarez, Taylor, a great selection of Martins. We'll go down through here. And here we're greeted by some Washburns, some Ovation, some of the new Fender electric acoustics, D'Angelico acoustics, Alvarez Yari acoustics, Gretsch acoustics, Ibanez acoustics. We even have some Harmony. Lots of Taylors, lots of Martins and Taylors for sure. And we're now kind of going down through here, Dan. We'll kind of step back. So for anyone interested in checking out an acoustic guitar, you have a fabulous selection of instruments here. Lots of different Taylor choices, Eastman, Martins. Good chance you'll find what you're looking for. And also, to accommodate a lot of the acoustic electric guitars, they have a wonderful assortment of acoustic electric amplifiers. So it's a one-stop shop, all your needs here. And once again, if you need any type of repairs done on your amplifiers or electric guitars or acoustic instruments, there's a wonderful staff of luthiers here that can help assist you fixing your situation. So anyhow, to conclude, this is one heck of a wonderful music store, and it's worth driving out here if you're not from Western Mass to check this out. You just may find something quite interesting. And I'd have to repeat myself in saying the effects department, the electronic guitar effects accessory, is unbelievable. It's just totally fantastic. So and for the ukulele enthusiasts, there's many different type of ukuleles here to select from. Hey, all you plane talkers and Telecaster lovers. Here today down at Mill River Music, I just want to say congratulations to Leo Fender and the great Fender company. It is the 75th anniversary this year of the Fender Telecaster. And I just happened to be going by and I saw this Fender Ventura 2 Series and just thought I'd mention on the Twang table that it's the 75th anniversary of the Fender Telecaster guitar. How about that, huh? Yeah.